Hello, in this video we'll demonstrate how to clear memory / perform a factory reset of an M580 standalone CPU. So not a M580 hot standby system on which a password is applied but was forgotten. Please keep in mind that this procedure will completely wipe the CPU memory, so the project will be destroyed and will no longer be able to be retrieved from the CPU. So here, if I try to connect to my M580 CPU, there's a password on it, and I've forgotten that password, so I'm no longer able to connect. So the first step is going to be to power down the rack, okay, and then you're going to move the CPU from being in position 0 and 1, which is the default position for M580 CPU, and you move it one slot to the right. So now it's going to sit in position 1 and 2. Okay, so now I've moved my CPU to be in slot 1 and 2. So now I'm going to be again using the USB connection. If you were using Ethernet before, you need to use the USB connection for the following steps. So I'm going to go ahead and then my USB is connected and my PLC USB driver is okay. And I'm going to go and here PLC set address, make sure I'm going to use the SYS address and the USB method. If you're using Control Expert 16.0 or higher, this is going to be like called Modbus TCP over USB, but it's the same thing. So here I'm going to click OK and I'm going to connect. So I'm no longer being asked for a password because the CPU has been physically moved from its normal position. Once you're here, you're going to go to the PLC, project backup, and backup clear. We're going to say yes to this, and then here's just a message meaning that we are clearing the memory. If successful, you're going to see a little chip here, which is like a memory icon of some sort. So this means that this step was successful. The next step is just to disconnect from the CPU. This is very important here now because the what's running in the CPU and what's in the flash memory of the CPU is different. The software wants to back up what's in the RAM back into the flash again. We don't want to do that because we want to clear the password that's associated with the application. So we need to say no here. Once that's done, we need to power down the CPU rack again and place back the CPU in its normal position, which is going to be position 0 and 1. I have now put my CPU back into its normal position, which is a slot 0 and 1. And again, I'm going to use the USB connection here. So set address, make sure that we're still on SYS all caps and using USB, or again, if you're using Control Expert 16.0 and higher, Modbus TCP over USB. And now if I hit connect, it's no longer asking me for a password because we've wiped the memory of the PLC. And we see now that it's also into a non-configured state. So we really did clear the whole memory. So the whole application that was there is no longer there. It's as if you had a brand new M580 right out of the box. So you can go ahead at this point and just say that you want to create a new project. In my case, I have a M580 4040. I'm just going to go quickly change the pass. this, apply this. I'm just going to remove all security here just to make sure no problem show up. Build, connect, transfer. And here we go. So I was able to load another program. So now it's no longer in no conf. There's no longer the memory chip, meaning that what's in the RAM and the flash memory is no longer equal. So these are now are equal. So we have successfully factory reset an M580 CPU for which a password was applied but forgotten. So there's a situation, and I'm going to show now where this procedure cannot be followed, and then I'm going to show which message will show up so that you know that this is not going to work. To demonstrate the situation, I have now moved over to one of my virtual machines, which runs another version of Control Expert. So in when you're on step 5, which is trying to connect to the CPU using USB after having moving it from slot 0 to 1 to slot 1 and 2, if you go and you try to, so you've done your PLC set address and then SYS, and like I said, this is now Modbus TCP via USB. If you go to connect and you see this message, this procedure will not work, and I'm going to show you what happens. So I'm going to go click OK, and then I would go PLC, project backup, backup clear. I'm going to say yes, but then I'm going to get this error message, which means that it rejected the backup clear command I'm giving it. So this is because of a new feature called the engineering link that is now available from Control Expert 16.0 and up. If this is what you're getting, I'm going to refer you to this FAQ at the top here, so that you can follow this procedure to be able to get rid of the application and the password that's in there. So hopefully this has helped you with your problem of having an M580 that is password locked and that you don't really care about what's in there. You just want to recover the CPU. And thank you for listening to this video.